All right, good Wednesday morning, everybody. We are live talking about the weather for this morning. It was cold, as a matter of fact. To my left and to your right, you can see the observed morning lows around the area here in San Antonio and across the hill country. Just getting ready for this live stream. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. But again, yeah, it was a cold morning, one of the coldest mornings we've had since March, right? I mean, it's been pretty much last spring, last winter since it's been this cold. And as a matter of fact, Fredericksburg, Kerrville dipped down to freezing at 32 degrees. Rock Springs was at 34. It was 40 degrees here in San Antonio this morning around 6:30, and it got down to freezing in Hondo at 32, Del Rio down to 35. So the freeze line was right between northwestern Bexar County, dipping down to Hondo, and as far north as Kerrville, Fredericksburg, and Rock Springs, and even farther into West Texas. So it was very cold earlier this morning, and we're getting ready for what is ahead. And it is the end of daylight saving time. This is the one we like. So the one in March is the one we don't like. That's when we spring forward, but when we fall back, we gain an hour of sleep. However, the big takeaway from this time change is daylight saving time ends this weekend, Sunday, November 5th. Sunrises and sunsets will be a lot earlier. So this upcoming Sunday, as the time change sets in, sunrise will be around 6:49. Right now it's at about 7:45. And sundown will be a lot closer to 5:45 in the evening. So it'll feel a lot earlier in the evenings. It will be, but days will feel a lot shorter. And it's all because of the end of daylight saving time later on this weekend, so get ready for that. And here's kind of another look at sunrise and sunset. So by Thanksgiving, sunrise around 7:04, and then sundown will be around 5:30 on Thanksgiving Day. And then December 15th at 7:20 a.m. and then sundown around 5:36 p.m. So again, days gradually get shorter through the middle part of December, which, by the way, the shortest day of the year is December 21st. That is the first day of winter, where San Antonio, I believe, only sees about 10 and a half hours of daylight. I'll have to double check that, but that is the shortest day of the year in December. 50 at the airport, 52 at Stinson. Let's double check this and make sure everything is working okay. All right, here's the switch on that. Bear with me, y'all. All right, there you go. Dew point 31. So the air is very dry thanks to the front that moved through these past couple days. So the humidity is down. I mean, it's very low. Relative humidity at 48%, but the dew point really reflects what kind of air mass is at the surface. And the dew point's at 31. So if you're feeling chapped lips, it's very dry outside. It is because of that. It's the front that's moved through, and temperatures are reflecting that in the lower 50s, upper 40s. 46 at Fredericksburg, 50 at Rock Springs, 50 in San Antonio, 46 at Boerne, currently out the door. Winds are light, 5 to 10 miles an hour. They've really come down in the last couple of days. That's the good news. Not much of a wind out there this morning. And satellite and radar pretty quiet. I mean, the front has really pushed out all the moisture. And now all of that is farther south and east away from us. As a matter of fact, you can see towards the northeast between Philadelphia, New York, Boston. That's where and spinning area of low pressure is producing a lot of rainfall for that part of the country. Gusty winds, offshore winds near 40 miles an hour, probably in this part of the country. Anywhere near Boston, Massachusetts, north of New York is where they're seeing a pretty good amount of snowfall at this hour. So if you're traveling anywhere in this region over the next 24 hours, likely going to see some delays because of precip and, of course, the gusty winds at the surface and the loft. Back here at home, the first day of November. It's going to be beautiful, likely around the 60s this afternoon. Under mostly sunny skies. Winds will be light, 5 to 10 out of the east and northeast. Tonight will be cold again. It won't be as cold as this morning, but possibly a light freeze for anywhere north of Kerrville overnight. I think temperatures should be, a little bit warmer than they were this morning, but again, still going to be cold into early Thursday, pre-dawn hours. And I want to rewind this back and show you what we have. So here's kind of the outlook over the next 7 to 10 days. So the colder air starts to push out. And as a result, it stays pretty nice here in San Antonio through the weekend. We'll warm up back into the 70s and 80s here in the area and across pretty much the entire state as well. Now, by the weekend, I would say Sunday and Monday, we're going to look ahead and upstream for a digging area of low pressure out near Mexico, Southern California. And what that will do is, by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week, I think it'll just increase our cloud cover. That's pretty much it. It may produce a couple of showers here and there by the end of the weekend and early next week, but right now rain chances are looking very, very slim. If any rain forms, it'll be way farther north into the Midwest, into the Pacific Northwest, and into Canada, because as you can see, through Sunday and next week, the dividing line of very cold air is farther north. The jet stream doesn't really dip down far south to Texas anytime soon, which is why the outlook for us for the next 10 days basically is below average. And anywhere north of Colorado, north of California, the Midwest, they're going to expect more rain over these next 7 days. And here in the area with less rain, more of that drier pattern in place, that'll increase our temperatures. It looks like we'll trend right around average, if not above average, here in the area, with more of the heat centered right over El Paso, New Mexico, parts of Arizona, and the desert Southwest, where again, anywhere northeast away from us, where the rain will be at, that's where it'll trend a little cooler, below average for that part of the country. Again, that's through the second week of November. Our 7-day forecast, 64 today, 67 on Thursday, right around 80 on Saturday, and you'll see between Friday and Sunday a little bit more cloud cover, not a whole lot. And then middle 80s by Monday, so we'll really warm up. I mean, it's going to be extremely warm. Average this time of year 77. We'll be right around 85 to 88 by Sunday and Monday. It's really going to warm up fast. As you can see, no significant chance for rain in the forecast. Maybe a sprinkle or a shower here and there Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Otherwise, trending drier thanks to high pressure. And again, we're falling back later this weekend, guys. We are going to gain an hour of sleep, so just a heads up. At 2 a.m. Sunday morning, in the morning hours, we'll fall back 1 hour, we'll gain an hour of sleep. And again, this will have a pretty big effect on sunrise, which will go from 7:45 a.m. to about 6:50 a.m. And then sundown will be a lot closer to 5:30, 5:45. So days will feel a lot shorter. Coming up this weekend, Sunday, daylight saving times ends on Sunday, so something to keep in mind later this weekend. If you have plans, especially late night plans Saturday night, that's something to keep in mind as well, because you'll gain an hour of sleep, and that's always good news. All right, 7-day forecast, 64 today. Enjoy a beautiful Wednesday and Thursday as temperatures trend right around the 80s by Sunday, Monday, and even later this weekend.